and we would talk about it and apply the themes of these books to my life.
Hit you with the English teacher.
But it shifted me in such a profound way, especially as a black man going from 20 to 30, because there were so many things about, oh, you're not married, you don't this, not this, you don't have no kids, da, 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 da. What does it say about you?
And that's a big shift. I mean, I just turned 30. I'm single with no kids, and I definitely was hearing that just recently over the holidays. What you got going on? Where the grandbabies
yep.
at?
Yep. The expectation of all of that.
That probably adds to, like you're saying, you're busier. Oh shit! I didn't even have you. You want to introduce yourself to the people? We've just been talking.
We have. What? The Weekend Therapist. Do you want me to give him a title? Or?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Well, hey y'all, I'm the Weekend Therapist, Abe Turner. I am licensed in Texas and Illinois, and so just here getting a dope ass tattoo. Y'all will see it at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, but yeah, definitely wanting to make therapy relatable, because at the end of the day, I mean, we all we got.
Do you believe that every person should go to therapy?
Yes, 1,000%.
And for what?
Because we deal with so much stuff that we bury, and we bury it. And we bury it, and we never get down to the root causes of, and what we don't deal with in our individual life, our families are going to deal with it, our kids are going to deal with it, our communities are going to deal with it.
You mean from us?
From us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's man and woman. That's everybody. Like, we got to deal with our things. And and some of it's not all, sunshine and lollipops.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this real bad thing happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of, like we were saying with the coping mechanisms, actually sitting down and getting to the root of it, that's the hard thing.
Yeah.
The coping mechanisms, whether it's positive or negative, is the easier thing. So I definitely feel that. I'm gonna tell people that I've been in therapy now, so if you ask me, yes, I've been, but I've never been to therapy. I'm not a everyone needs to go type of person, but I'm also, like, when you think business and you think marketing, I think business like oil tycoon. Like, okay. I'm there with it. So I use this as an example. Recently this year, I've adopted stoicism.
Okay.
It's kind of like not all the way, like I don't live in a cave, but it's like kind of like a way of life. What do you feel about like practices like that, or things that just recommending like journaling or personal insight instead of necessarily letting things out?
I think that you have to ask yourself, why are you holding that in, and how is it serving you? So it might be necessary for you to hold certain things in, but I do think we prioritize individualism too much, and that's an American cultural thing. But when you think about us as Black folks, we're a collectivist culture. But because I don't know if when I grew up, it was like the village raised a child. Now it's like the individual raised a child, and nobody else is there to support them. And it's like, well, why do you think that things are different now? We no longer have that support structure. Everybody has to do everything for that particular child or that person that's in their life. Versus you had other supports that existed that could say, hey, I can show up where you can't show up. I can provide this level of knowledge that you can't provide.
I mean, but what if the community isn't so great? That's the village.
But then why?
So to speak.
Why?
So now you got to be the one to change it, or?
Yeah, I think everybody has their part. Everybody does it. Like, we can't change the entire community on our own, but you can only do your part.
Do you have a big family?
No, I mean extended, like cousins, yeah. But like just my immediate family, no, it's just me and my brother.
Do you ever be hitting them with the, you need to change this, my brother?
No.
No.
I think that when I have these conversations, it's because I've been invited in. I think that unsolicited advice is always met with defensiveness.
Facts. That's true.
So
that's true because it's different. Like I relate it to tattooing. If somebody comes to ask me to teach them how to tattoo, they're gonna be like, "I did my tattoo. What do you think?" But if you go to a tattoo shop and you're like, "Hey, bro, I'm looking at your tattoo," they're gonna be like, "Bro, get out my face. What you talking about, gang?" Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So it's kind of like I can help you, but I need you to ask me type of thing.
If you want the insight.
Yeah.
But then the other thing too is avoiding conversations that you know are going to, or providing information you know that can be used improperly. Like I don't really give a lot of information around diagnosis because people like to label themselves.
Yeah, what is that? And you've been in it for a minute, so is that like a recent thing of like people learning all these titles and these names? And
it is. Social media is a thing. It's its own thing.
Cause break up with that girl, you gonna get a text. You're just a self-loving narcissist and all these other terms, and
it's like, man, all of that, and most of that stuff, it's wrong.
Right.
I mean, it's like a lot of it.
Facts. You can look up the definition of it, and
you'd be like, that ain't even
what
it.
What are you talking
about? The of course, the ones that people talk about the most. You got like bipolar disorder. You got OCD. A lot of when people like to throw around. I'm like, you're not OCD because you like to have a clean house. I promise you, that's not what OCD is.
You're quote unquote normal.
You just like a clean house. Yeah. I'm glad you like to clean up after yourself. I think that's a wonderful thing. But that doesn't make you have OCD.
Yeah.
So, I think that when you look at like some more popular ones, like I said, the bipolar is one that I think that came out. Well, it didn't come out, but people started using it. It became popular. 2011, 12-ish, I started hearing it a whole lot. And I didn't know what I know now then, but it's two different things. It's mania and depression. So when I ask somebody, if they tell me now, like I have bipolar, so like, so when was your last manic episode? And they look at me crazy. I'm like, you don't have bipolar.
Right.
You're just talking.
Because you would know the answer.
You would absolutely know if you were manic.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Manic could be either way, right?
Which one? You said what?
Like manic, you could be like manic high or manic low.
Manic is only high.
Only high. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can. So the two halves of bipolar disorder are mania and depression. And you can have, there's 7 different types of bipolar disorder. That's why I was like, so is it bipolar 1, bipolar 2, is it cyclothymia? What is it? Tell me what you have so then we can deal with the things that we need to deal with.
That's why I'm here, Doc.
You gotta tell me what you're dealing with though.
I don't know.
So if you don't know, then we gon'
So do you deal with a lot of people who somebody told them that they're this thing and then they just read the definition like, that's me, and then they what do you do in that? You gotta like break them out of that belief, or
we go with it, but I'm not diagnosing you with that. You can believe what you want to, but I'm going to give you the clinical criteria and say, hey, well, does this align with you?
You're like writing down not bipolar.
Have you met the time criteria? Because a lot of diagnoses have specific amount of time you have to have. Have you been experiencing these symptoms for a year, for 12 months, for 2 years? Oh no, actually I haven't. I just started this.
Yeah. After I told myself.
After I told myself, I made myself believe. I went and WebMD, and I
you're gonna die tomorrow if you WebMD. You got 2 months to live.
Yep.
Every time I WebMD something.
I don't do it. Don't even do that to yourself, because you're gonna be like, man, it's over.
Let me call my mama, because it's my last day. I just know it because of this mucus. Yeah. A lot of that stuff, and that's another reason why I don't think that AI is that bad, because you could have self-diagnosed and gathered all that stuff. You really could have did it before. You just would have had to go to the library and find some of those books that you read and then diagnose yourself without actually going through the schooling of understanding
but you wouldn't know how to interpret it. So that's the reality. And
harder.
AI is attempting to interpret this for you. And so you can have all the criteria in the world and still not know how to apply it.
I mean, but school is a thing because reading the book by yourself is you trying to interpret it, right? And you don't necessarily know.
You don't have anybody that's an expert in it. Like
Yeah.
your professor is an expert in this subject.
So that's what I'm
going
saying.
to help you navigate that.
People just have easier access to the same stuff they could have did before.
That's if it's correct. People don't look up scholarly sources. AI is not a scholarly source. So that book is scholarly. That AI search is not scholarly.
You don't have .gov behind it.
Anything reputable.
Even that now means nothing because I can make my.
You know, people use Wikipedia all the time as a scholarly source, and it's not. You can put anything on Wikipedia. I can be a billionaire on Wikipedia. I'm not, but I could be.
I tell this kid, and he said he just came from his final. He's in college, and I said, "What was your final on?" He said, "I don't know." And I said, "You don't know?" I was like, "What class is it?" And he told me the class. He's in early college, so it was like one of those vague ass starter classes. And I was like, "You don't know what the test was?" He was like, "Nah, I took a picture of the test and put it in ChatGPT, and it told him all the answers. And he didn't even read the questions. He just circled B, B, A, C, B, D, B, B." I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
But you think about,
because before, if you wanted to cheat on your test, you really had to low-key learn.
You had to learn
to cheat. Yeah,
and you had to learn to cheat. You had to sit next to the smart person in the class, do something. It required work and effort. Now, unfortunately, even as a professor, I don't have an issue with my students using AI, so long as it's within standard, right? You can use AI, but don't be upset because when I ask you to explain what this means.
Yeah, you don't know what it is.
And you don't know what it means, because I'm going to ask you in class, like, hey, so I see that you talked about cognitive load. What does that mean to you?
So people turn in essays and they don't know what's going on.
They don't have a clue. They're like, well, like, don't use your computer. What does it mean to you? You wrote it.
They're like, come on, bro. You didn't already gave me the B, man. Let it go.
Oh, tell me. I want to know. I want to hear it from your perspective.
Hi guys, it's the booking manager here at 40 Studios. Books are open now and filling up fast. To get your spot on the schedule, text 346-291-4438. Send in your ideas so we can help curate the perfect session for you. Walk-ins are accepted but not guaranteed. Again, text 346-291-4438 to get your tattoo scheduled today.